And now the state of the race. That's the focus of tonight's Angle. Now, when the history of this campaign is written, will it be Trump's victory, the greatest political comeback of all time, or will it be Harris won by hiding from the press and denying her record? Well, just on the numbers alone, the race does seem very tight. The spread is a mere 2.2%, with Harris up 49.1 to 46.9 in Real Clear Politics. But the trends, and I love trends, analyzing them is so much fun, seem to be for MAGA momentum. Important to note that 46.9% is the best Trump has ever performed nationally at this point in the race. Look at where he was in 2020 at the same point. He was trailing Biden by 8.1%. In October 4th, 2016, the RCP average had Trump behind Hillary by 5.8%. Of course, Trump went on to win. And even better news, since the Electoral College is what matters, of course, Trump is up ever so slightly by 0.1 in the battleground state average. Again, what really counts. And some insights from a few of the newest polls out there tonight. Pollster Scott Rasmussen with Neapolitan News, they also have the national race tied. He surveyed almost 3,000 likely voters. The hurricane response by the Biden-Harris administration, that's certainly not going to help them in either Georgia or North Carolina, but there's a wrinkle to that, and I'll get to that in a moment. Now, look, Americans know leadership when they see it, and Trump got to Georgia before either Biden or Harris did, and even the federal government, remember, it took just days for someone like an Elon Musk to get there. And he said he could restore internet service to most of the region if the government would just get out of the way. Of course, Musk would use Starlink. He's ready and willing to do so. Well, it's no surprise that the betting markets have begun to move back toward Trump because of these factors. And the main reason that Trump still leads Kamala on the most important issue to voters, which is still the economy, because of high prices. People are making less money in real terms than they were 4 years ago. Most Americans, working class Americans, feel and are poorer. Now, I went to the grocery store today to get a few things for my daughter, who's coming home from college. I almost fell over when I was checking out. Like, a box of cereal? Like, cost $8? What? Like, for most families, this just is not sustainable. Now, even at this point, CNN cannot deny the right track, wrong track numbers.
Just 28% of Americans think the U.S. is on the right track. And I want you to put that into perspective, right? When does the average, when the incumbent party loses the election? Look at that. It's just 25%. This, to me, is a bad sign for Kamala Harris's campaign. The bottom line is it looks a lot more like a loser than it does like a winner when it comes to the country being on the right track.
Ruh-roh. Well, this is why Harris and Biden were crowing today about the jobs numbers, trying to shift that momentum back to her. 254,000 new jobs created in September. But I have to say this tonight. What do you think the chances are that those numbers are going to be revised downward in a few months, like all the other monthly gains were? I'd say the chances are pretty high. Second, dig into the data, and the picture is not great at all. Check this out. The numbers actually show that we lost 7,000 manufacturing jobs in the United States, and much of the growth is coming from, wait for it, government jobs. 107,000 new ones since July, 31,000 from August to September. Thanks, Kamala. Just what we need, more bureaucratic bloat. And we know this as well, that most of the jobs are going to foreign-born workers and illegal immigrants. Over the last year, they've gained 1.2 million jobs, while native-born workers dropped 825,000 jobs. Well, of course, Trump hit this today.
You have illegals coming in and they're taking the jobs. And when you look at the numbers from that standpoint, it's a shame. We have to get the jobs to the people that have lived here for a long time and that are great citizens of our country.
Now, none of this is great for American citizens, not good news at all. Bigger government, more illegals taking opportunities. So no wonder working class union types are moving toward Trump. When unions that were historically endorsing Democrats are suddenly announcing that, well, we're staying on the sidelines this year, we're not going to endorse anyone, well, that means one thing. Their membership wants Trump.
The International Association of Firefighters voted not to endorse any candidate. That's seen as a blow to Harris just weeks after the Teamsters Union did the same.
Of course, working-class Americans, they watch as the federal government coddles illegals but craters life for everyone else. And Hispanic voters, more of them are just fed up. A record number now supporting Trump in swing states like Arizona and Nevada, key demographic. Of course, Kamala's response to all this is no response at all.
We will not be gaslighted. Donald Trump's track record is a disaster for working people. And he's trying to gaslight people all over our country. But we know the facts, and we know the truth.
Of course, the media is never going to fact-check her claims. Trump's policies brought strong wage growth to blue-collar workers. Undeniable, documented, read the data, Kamala. At the end of 2019, inflation was under 2%, and gas was about $2.30 a gallon. Well, I filled up my tank yesterday. It was $4.63 a gallon. I took a photo. 82 bucks to fill my tank. This is just totally unnecessary. And it should make you furious every time you go to the pump, anytime you pay for anything these days. So again, to review, the economy, the border, hurricane management, unrest in the Middle East, a stalemate at best in Ukraine, and then a Democrat ticket hiding from the press. All these factors should make this an easy Trump win. And the Democrats are obviously concerned. And they didn't really think, I don't think, that Wisconsin would be this close, but it is. Even liberal Tammy Baldwin's Senate seat is not a sure thing. So in these final weeks of the campaign, expect a blitz of appearances by the Obamas and other celebrities, the usual suspects. They're going to be trying to whip up enthusiasm for 4 more years of a figurehead president. Because if you're out there and you think, Biden was so bad, why on earth would you think Kamala would be any better? She's just as inarticulate, but less experienced and more irritating. For all these reasons, at least right now, it seems like MAGA rising, as America is ready to turn the page on a sad 4 years. And that's the state of the race.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.